Hello everyone, welcome in our 7th lecture. In the previous lecture, we have completed our first chapter. The name of that chapter is Pharmaceutical Dose Forms. Now in this lecture, we are going to start our second chapter, Chemical Test, Limit Test and their assay. So these are the learning objectives of the today's lecture. After completion of the lecture, we must know the limit test for aluminium, limit test for aluminium in absorbed vaccines, limit test for the arsenic, and these are the references I have used for this lecture. So first, we must know what is impurities. Impurities, it is any material that affect the purity of the material of interest. That means impurity means undesired particles. In short, we called it as it is undesired particles. Presence of impurities in the pharmaceutical substance may produces a toxic effect on the body and may also lower down the active strength of the pharmaceutical substances. Impurities commonly in chemical substances include small quantities of lead, arsenic, iron, chloride and sulfate. Means in pharmaceutical substances, the impurities are like lead, arsenic, iron, chloride and sulfide. And due to the presence of these impurities, these pharmaceutical substances produces a toxic effect on a human body. Okay. So what are the effects of these impurities? The impurities present in the substance may give the following effect. Impurities having toxic effect may be injurious to the health if present above certain limit. The trace impurities may exert a cumulative toxic effect after certain time. These impurities may lower the active strength of the substance. They also decreases the shelf life of the substance. They causes incompatibility with the other substances. Also causes physical or the chemical change in the properties of the substance, so making the substance medicinally useless. May causes change in color, odor and taste. Means such a types of impurities if present in a pharmaceutical substance, they damage that pharmaceutical substance and also shows the toxic effect on the human body. Okay, then for that a limit test is performed. So what is this limit test? Limit test, it is being used to identify the impurity. It is the test which being used to identify the impurity, or it is being used to control the impurity. Okay. The definition of this limit test are quantitative or semi-quantitative test designed to identify and control a small quantities of impurities which are likely to be present in the substance. So this limit tests are performed by using the apparatus Nessler's cylinder. This is the figure for this Nessler's cylinder. Actually they look like this. Okay, this is the photo of this Nessler's cylinder and this is the figure for the Nessler's cylinder. Okay, so this apparatus, it is most commonly used for the limit test. Okay, so first we start with the limit test for the aluminium. We take a test solution in a separating funnel, then shake with the two quantities, each of with 20 ml, then with 100 ml quantity of 0.5 per weight by volume solution of hydroxyquinoline in chloroform. Dilute the combined chloroform solution to 50 ml with the chloroform. So Nessler's reagents is having capacity 50 ml. So we dilute it with the chloroform up to 50 ml. Prepare the standard solution in the same manner using the prescribed reference solution and prepare a blank in the same manner using the prescribed blank solution. Measure the intensity of the fluorescence of the test solution F1 and standard solution, that is F2, and of the blank, that is F3. Using the excitant beam 392 nanometer and the secondary filter with the transmission band centered on 518 nanometer or monochromator set to transmit at this wavelength, the fluorescence of the test solution F1 minus F3 of the test solution is not greater than that of the standard solution, that is F2 minus F3. Means fluorescence, it is a not greater than the standard solution. So if it is greater, then the limit test fail, and if the fluorescence is not greater than the standard solution, then the limit test pass. Okay, so this is the limit test for the aluminium. By this way, by measuring the fluorescence of the compound, we easily find out the limit test for the aluminium. Okay, then next, aluminium in absorbed vaccine. Shake the sample thoroughly and transfer a volume containing about 5 mg of aluminium to the 50 ml combustion flask. Add 1 ml sulfuric acid, 0.1 ml nitric acid and few glass blades or little fumic powder. Heat the solution until thick white fumes are evolved. If any charring takes place, add a few more drops of nitric acid and continue boiling until the solution is colorless. Allow to cool for a few minutes. Carefully add 10 ml water and boil until to get a clear solution. Allow to cool, add 0.05 ml of methyl orange solution and neutralize with the 10 molar sodium hydroxide. If the precipitate is formed, dissolve it by adding a dropwise sufficient 1 molar sulfuric acid. Transfer this solution to the 250 ml conical flask. Rinse the combustion flask with a small quantity of water and adding to the main solution. Add 25 ml of disodium acetate, 10 ml of buffer solution whose pH is 4.4 and boil gently for 3 minutes. Add 0.1 ml pyridinonaphthol solution and titrate the excess of disodium iodinate in the hot solution with 0.02 molar cupric sulfate until the color change to purplish brown. Repeat the operation omitting the substance under the examination. 1 ml disodium iodate or acetate is equivalent to the 0.005396 gram of aluminium. If it is equivalent to this much gram, then the limit test get pass. If not, then it is get fail. Okay, in this way the aluminium absorbed vaccines are studied. Then it is very important limit test for arsenic. This is the apparatus which is used in the limit test for the arsenic. Here the arsenic apparatus: lead acetate cotton, mercury chloride paper, 1 molar potassium iodide solution, zinc dust water bath, arsenic standard solution, 1 ml bubble pipette, 5 ml pipette and standard hydrochloric acid solution. So this apparatus, it is used for the limit test for the arsenic. Limit test of arsenic, it is based on the reaction of arsenic gas with hydrogen ion to form yellow stain on mercury chloride paper in presence of reducing agent like a potassium iodide. So you must understand this principle and you have to remember this principle because multiple choice question also ask for this part. Limit test of arsenic, it is based on, it is the reaction between arsenic gas and hydrogen. They form yellow stain on a mercury chloride paper in presence of reducing agent like potassium iodide. It is also called a gazetted test and requires a special apparatus, that is gazetted apparatus. So this is a gazetted apparatus used for the limit test for the arsenic. Then the next is the arsenic present as a arsenic acid in the sample. It reduced to arsenious acid by reducing agent like potassium iodide, stannous acid, zinc, hydrochloric acid. Means by using this reducing agent, this arsenic, it is reduced to arsenious acid. This arsenious acid, it is further reduced to arsine gas. This is arsenic acid. It is reduces to form a arsenous acid. This acid, it reduces with this hydrogen and they form a arsine. And this arsine is react with the mercury chloride paper and it form a yellow stain of this AgAsH2. The depth of this yellow stain on a mercury chloride paper will depend on the quality of arsenic present in the sample. Okay, so this is the main reaction happen in the arsenic acid in the form of arsenic acid it is present. It reduces to arsenious acid and this arsenious acid react with the hydrogen, they form arsine, and this arsine react with the mercury chloride and they form the yellow stain on the paper. Okay, so in this way we perform the limit test. Procedure is given here, so you have to follow this procedure. Then procedure for the standard solution. A known quantity of dilute arsenic solution is kept in wide mouth bottle and rest procedure is followed as described in the test solution. Okay. So observation is that how the limit test is pass or fail, that can be checked by using this observation. The test stain is not more intense than the standard stain. The color of that solution, um, yellow color, it is not more intense than the standard stain, and test stain is more intense than the standard stain. Means if the stain it is not more intense, then the limit test pass, and if it is more intense than the standard stain, then limit test of arsenic get fail. Okay, so in this way we complete this today's lecture. In the next lecture we will discuss the another limit test of this chapter. Okay, thank you.